وبركاته. الحمد لله نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. Brother Siddik is, of course, we consider him half Malaysian. He spends a lot of time here. Virtually, he saw for himself the growth of ABIM and the activities of WAMI here, then IIIT and the Islamic University. So I think we all miss him as a member of a larger family. He, well, I can recall him from the time I was really young when he was UNICEF in Kathmandu. The first time I ever met him. And then later, of course, he was immersed in da'wah throughout his life. Very supportive of the work of ABIM and the activities of related to even the days of IFSO before WAMI and then IIIT nationally. And he returned to Jakarta after the stint of IDB office here in Kuala Lumpur, back to the basics. He was, emulates a great deal the work, da'wah efforts of Muhammad Nasir, and that's why finally he became the chief or leader of Dewan Da'wah Islamiyah Indonesia. And on that occasion, he still hosted me again in that function. So it's very sort of sentimental, emotional bond between us. During all those years, I was incarcerated many times, of course. Brother Siddik was always there. Will always make it a point to contact our Abi brothers and Aziza, asking for our welfare, and on the quiet and at times openly supporting and showing concern for our welfare. So I think to the family, Hassan, who's here with us, may I express on behalf of Aziza and the family our love, our appreciation for all his work and contribution, not only to the one da'wah or da'wah in Indonesia, but also as a da'wah activist in a sense, a da'i, as Dr. Hisham has said, in the activities, particularly among the young in Malaysia. Now, he is doesn't project himself as a leader of a sort or a scholar, but he was always there, hands-on. He participated in every single program I can recollect. Every visit of mine to Jakarta or to Indonesia, he's always there as a participant. And of course, you know Siddik, our home, Dr. Siddik, he will make it a point to say something, and always in a very, very soft-spoken, appealing to the audience to give more attention to the rudiments of Islam, to the effective da'wah. Of course, he's always cautioned me against my radical bent those days, but otherwise, he's a great brother. I mean, without exaggeration, one of the closest Indonesian brothers that we encountered, because I'm talking about 40, 50 years of friendship. And his love for Muhammad Nasir and his, therefore, his commitment, his understanding, his encouragement to the brothers here to try and publish works of Nasir and etc. is, of course, known to many of us. As I said in the session we had on Nasir, that when I've been published Fiqh Da'wah Muhammad said. A compelling read, as I should say, because it is practical. It is, I should say, in many ways deep, but then appealing. I mean, if you read that. But what I want to drive here is that we publish it in the Arabic script, the Malay, the original Malay, the Arabic script. And Siddik told me this because when I handed that copy to Muhammad Natseh, I think Dr. Siddik's father was with me, Natseh broke down. He was in tears. Because he said, I have not found any recent publication in the, what we call Jawi, or the Arabic script of the original Malay. I don't know whether Fauzan can read, with the younger generation do not read Jawi as much. When I was Minister of Education, I tried to revive at least some basic understanding, because to understand Bahasa and classical Malay for research, you must have some an ability to read Bahasa Malay language in Jawi script. Now this was told to to Siddik by Natseh. So Natseh then asked me for a copy. And because decades have passed, I have difficulty. So one thing I have not honored, my promise to him probably is to get that Jawi copy to Dr. Siddik, Mohammad Siddik. May Allah forgive me for that. I can remember, because every time he said, "See, Anwar, you are like a politician, you promise you could not deliver." But this was difficult. I could not, because we published it, I think, in the late 70s. And because Jawi script is no longer popular, not well read, we did not reprint it. So I think just sharing to you how Siddik grew up, although in Indonesia and internationally, but part and parcel of the entire movement in Malaysia. We miss him. He's a dear brother. He's a committed da'i. And Marhum was, of course, a great friend and brother. He's always at home. And he was one of the few foreigners who were regular in many of our earlier Usrah programs of Habib. And of course, later on in most of the other seminars, I'm saying how he grew up together with the movement. And it's a major loss to us. He was here, I remember, last few years before COVID, at home in Sgambut. And every time, of course, I will ask him to say a few words, and Siddik would not end with a few words, as you know. But then he was extremely helpful, patient, and committed to the cause. And thank you again. May Allah reward him, bless his soul. He remains our dear brother, and we recognize his contributions, not only to the Ummah generally, but here in Malaysia. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.